Welcome back to the Unacceptable News. I'm your host, Justin Bush. Look at these birds I found. Today's story is about gray alien sightings, specifically a case that happened in Fontainebleau, France, some years ago. Now, these gray alien sightings have become ubiquitous with UFOs and strange paranormal encounters. Millions of people across the world have said that they have seen these gray alien creatures. I happen to be one of those people. I have had these strange encounters with these unknown creatures my whole life, on and off. The reason we're talking about the Fontainebleau case is because of its vast similarities with many of these reported sightings of these creatures. Not to mention, there have been a few videos that were allegedly leaked from government over the years, whether it be the Soviet Union or whether it be the United States government, that show a very close relationship between the creatures that are being alleged to have been seen and the videos that have been released. Now, the Fontainebleau case is very perplexing. It's very difficult to get to the bottom of. I myself have done research about it over and over and over again, and I simply cannot find more than just a story. I've had an extremely difficult time finding the actual video of this case, as well as any sort of explanation of who was involved, their exact location, the time that the video was taken. These issues surrounding the Fontainebleau case, I believe, are why so many people around the world don't even know that this case happened. But the overall story is conflicted by two different accounts. Many of the outlets that did report on this case said that this case happened in 2011, I believe in April. All of the other accounts that I've seen, they say it happened in June of 2008. I can't make heads or tails of when this encounter happened. The reason we're going to bring you this video is specifically because this encounter is so close to what I experienced in my own life that when I first saw the video a few years ago, I was convinced that it was a real and legitimate encounter. If you remember the video that was released back in the 90s of a creature that they alleged to have captured and were interrogating at a secret military facility, most notably known as Area 51, this video is so close to what is seen in the Fontainebleau case that we're going to do a little bit of a comparative analysis of the creatures. Now, I'll show you that video real quick here. That video was allegedly taken in Area 51S4 of the infamously known alien interview tape, which is really blowing up in the mainstream now. It was severely overlooked for almost 20 years, where the mainstream didn't really talk about it. In fact, they really aren't talking about it. It's more of these smaller independent media companies that are talking about this case. You have some investigators that have been investigating it for several years. Now, in the Fontainebleau case, it's alleged that these people were camping in the Fontainebleau forest in France. This is a place that actually has some notoriety within the UFO community. Many people report strange phenomena here. Everyone knows about the myths that surround the forests of Europe. In Fontainebleau, there is a palace and there's many chateaus, and then there's this wooded area, they call it the Forest of Fontainebleau, and allegedly these people were out in the forest having a bonfire. They're speaking French. I do not know what they're saying. I have not found a translation, but it is alleged, the story is alleged, that as they're playing around this bonfire, somebody sees something, It's alleged that one of them says, what is it, an animal? Or is it a cat or something like that? And then one of them grabs a stick that was on fire in the bonfire and kind of tosses it over in the area to see what the animal is. And when they do, it lights up this creature that is behind a tree. So we could show you that now.
Vous avez vu un truc encore bouger?
Bon, toi là.
Il y a un truc là-bas?
Il y a un truc derrière l'arbre.
Attendez. Minou, 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 j'ai fouetté ta mère.
Putain!
Putain. Il est mignon le chat.
Ouais, il est un peu gros le chat, j'aime pas ça. Ouais, je vais me barrer.
Le chat.
Oh, non?
Bah y'a un... Bon, c'est deux fils de gueule.
Mais pourquoi t'as laissé tomber la torche?
Pour éclairer, putain!
Now, the reason I bring this up is even with all of the issues, we don't know a lot of details. There are some issues with when this was recorded, when it was released, who was involved, who were all the witnesses, what did they have to say about the case. I'm going to show you a close-up of both creatures' heads side by side so you can take a good look and compare them. It's not the resemblance of other gray aliens that actually made me look into this case, and I'm still doing more research on it. It's actually the hands. When I met with these creatures in 2001, I watched them pick something up, and you could see they had extra bones in their fingers. And when they curled their hand back into their palm, it has this very, very strange octopus-like retraction of the hand that really shows that they have a completely different physiology than human beings. And so I'll just show you a close-up of that hand now. So I've seen this in my own life with these creatures' hands, and I think that gives this video so much more validity. I think this case needs to be investigated much further. We need to get more answers. We need to find out who was there, who was involved, what they saw, what they reported. We should really get some better detailed video analysis of the original copy of this film. It's very difficult to find this online. You can type in French alien or French UFO or anything like that, but if you do type in Fontainebleau alien, you will find a few links to some very old YouTube pages, and they all have differing opinions on when it was taken and when it was released. So I have not found a thorough investigation of this case that I could bring you some concrete information. So what do you think? Do you think this Fontainebleau encounter is a legitimate encounter, or do you think that this is some sort of staged hoax? If you'd like to support our channel, go to the description or in the pinned comment down below. That's The Unacceptable News. Don't like, don't subscribe, just run.